Good morning, friends. So I am back again with another session. And now this session is basically meant for the fundamental chemistry because when I talk to the students, they have a lot of fear for this subject because maybe their valencies and how to write the chemical formula, how to write the chemical names, how to balance the equation. These are the fundamental things where they lag behind. So for this all problems, I have a solution for you all. And in this session, we will be talking about the valencies, children. That what is valency and what is the valency chart. And I hope you all are keeping well, you are safe. And I would like to start my session with the same line which I always use, that be positive in approach, but then test negative, seeing the current scenario. So with this, we start the session. Just let me share the screen and then we start. So here it goes. Now, children, valency is something very important feature. Now, what is this valency? Now, valency, it can be positive, it can be negative. Now, positive valency is meant for metals because metals have the tendency to lose electrons. Because they have the tendency to lose electrons, so the definition for the positive valency you can say is that the number of electrons which are lost per atom of a metal, that is your positive valency. And the negative valency, it comprises for non-metals, which says that the number of electrons gained per atom of a non-metallic element, that is your negative valency. Now, there's always a confusion that when we are writing a chemical name, what is the cation in that and what is the anion? Because when the metals, they lose electrons, they change into cations, the positive ions. Similarly, your non-metals, when they gain ions, they change into negative ion, and that negative ion is known as anion. Now, there's always a confusion that which one is a cation, which one is an anion. Now, if I would like to spell my name, I would always appreciate that somebody calls me by addressing me by Rachna Srivastav, not Srivastava Rachna. I will never appreciate that anyone calls me by my surname. So, same thing happens when we are writing the chemical name of these compounds. Just to remember, just to keep it in the memory, there is a short memory aid which I want to give you, that always remember that your cations, they are your first name, and your anion, it is a surname. So when a name of a compound is given, whichever word is written first, that is the first name. First name means it is a cation. Cation means that it has been formed when a metal has lost an electron, so it designates the positive valency. Similarly, the second word in the chemical name of the compound will always be your surname. Surname means it will be an anion, and that anion has been formed when an atom gains an electron, acquires a negative valency. So this is something, children, about the valency. I hope you all will not forget the first name and the surname. So you will never forget cation and anion also. Now we move to the valency chart. That valency chart is also something very, very important. Now, the valency chart, when we talk about positive valency, children. Now, this positive valency, when we are talking about, in this, you have got monovalent ions, you have divalent ions, you have trivalent ions. Now, what are these monovalent, divalent, and trivalent? Now, as the name suggests, children, mono means one, di means two, and tri means three. So when an atom loses one electron, it acquires +1 valency. Because it acquires +1 valency by losing 1 electron, so it is considered to be monovalent. If an atom of a metal loses 2 electrons, then it designated as divalent. Di means 2. Tri, again the same configure we will be using here, that when an atom of a metal is losing 3 electrons, then it will change into trivalent. Now when we say monovalent, then in monovalent your potassium is coming. Now when we are talking about potassium, we can write potassium. The symbol will be K and the superscript. Now children, you all have to remember two terms. If this is a element or it is an atom, it has got a superscript and it has got a subscript. When we write anything below, then it is your subscript. And when we write anything above, then it is your superscript. Now, these are the technical terms which you need to learn, which you need to be aware, because we are learning sciences. And sciences means something which is based on the facts. It is not your language where we are dealing about our fantasies. We are expressing our fantasies in the form of the essays which we write. Here, you have to be very, very specific. So you need to use the technical terms. Now, potassium is there. Then the other one will be your sodium, Na plus ion. Then we have hydrogen, H plus ion. Then we have got ammonium. Ammonium will be NH4 plus. You have got cuprous, Cu plus 1. You have got silver, Ag plus. You have got gold, Au plus. So these are the chart for the positive valencies, where the valency is +1, because the atom of these elements loses 1 electron to complete the stable configuration which is required. Now comes the divalent ions. In your divalent ions, it is your magnesium, Mg plus 2. Then it is your lead. For lead, we have the symbol Pb plus 2. This is your lead. Then you have cupric ion. Now your copper possesses variable valency. You will be coming across certain elements which possess more than one valency. So when an element is possessing more than one valency, then we use the term variable valency. Now cupric ion, it will be Cu plus 2. Then you have ferrous, Fe plus 2, and so on. So the list is endless. You have got calcium. For calcium, the symbol is Ca plus 2, because these are the fundamentals. The entire list is endless. You have the endless list. You can have n number of names, but these are some elements which are common, which we will be dealing throughout the chapters. Now comes your trivalent. Trivalent means +3 positive valency. +3 means that the atom has lost 3 electrons to complete the stable configuration. So here we have, for +3, you have aluminium, Al plus 3. Again, your iron also shows variable valency. So it is Fe plus 3. So this is the valency chart for your positive ions. That is the cations. And as I said, don't forget your cations are the first name. Now we will be talking about the negative valency chart. That what are the negative valencies? Now when we talk about the negative valencies, children, negative valency means that now we will be dealing with the non-metals which are losing electron losing? No. Here it will be gain of electrons, because with non-metals, always it is associated electronegative term. Electronegative means that they have the tendency to gain electrons. And when any element is gaining electron, then it comprises of the negative valency. So now here again we will have negative valency +1. So monovalent? No, it will be -1, children. It will not be +1. This is the correct format. Then next will be divalent, where the valency will be -2. And again the term trivalent, where the valency will be -3. Now for monovalent, you have got hydroxyl ion, OH- ion. Then you have got your chloride ion, Cl-1. Then you have got nitrate ion, NO3-1. Then you have got bicarbonate ion. For bicarbonate ion, we write HCO3-1. Then you have got bisulfate ion. It is HSO4-1. So these are the some common monovalent ions which possess -1 valency. Now if we talk about divalent ions, then you have got carbonate ion with the symbol CO3-2. You have sulfate ion with the symbol SO4-2. You have sulfite ion. Now you will be coming across these ions, so you should be knowing SO3-2. So again, these are some common ions which are having -2 valency. These are certain things which I'm just giving you for your knowledge sake. Then is your oxide ion, O-2. So these are some common ions which we should not forget. In the series of sulfate and sulfite, there is one more ion which exists, sulfide ion. For sulfide ion, the symbol is only S-2. So these are the common ions which possess -2 valency, because they have most probably gained 2 electrons to obtain the stable configuration. Now comes your trivalent ions. In your trivalent ions, it will be your nitride ion. Your nitride ion will have N-3 the valency. Then you have phosphate ion. For your phosphate ion, the valency will be PO4-3. So this is the valency chart. This was the first session where I have talked about the valency. Now, once we meet again in the next session, we will be talking about how to write the chemical formulas. If the names are given or if the chemical formula is given, then how do we write the names, vice versa. So with this, I end up the session. I hope the session was fruitful for you. Okay. Any queries, you can always drop a message to me. I have my online classes also, as I told you that I'm taking the online tutorials. You can always get back to me. You can drop the message. So with this note, I wish you all that you all stay safe and stay connected. Thank you, children.